Hey Terry, it's LeAnn. It's so good to see you. And hey, I have a question. We've been talking this whole hour about, poetry and women and nature and life, and we've had all these wonderful conversations. And, while poetry is obviously very important to you, you're a two-time author. Have you thought about where are you at with taking that into being a business? You run your poetry groups that you do. Where are you at with carrying that into a business?
I'm going to host workshops for people to improve their mental well-being using the power of words. And I have three ways that people can write. Well, I have three ways I suggest for people to write, either a poem, a story, or a letter. And it's all about getting rid of those things that have been festering inside of you, but you didn't quite access it. And it's all about writing that stuff down on paper for the pure purpose of cleansing and getting it out of yourself and putting it on paper. And then you have a choice of sharing it with people in the group, or you can just say, no, I'm not going to share. It's too private. And you can get rid of it in any way. Burn it in a fire, in a bonfire. Rip it into pieces and throw it in the river. Or there was a time when I did that with my friend, and the lake was frozen and it was very windy, and we just threw it in the wind and it just blew away and it did its own thing.
Oh, wow. What a wonderful memory. That's amazing. And are you going to host these workshops? Will they be online or in person or a combination?
A combination. Well, actually, I did one combination where I did Zoom and in person. It was a little bit of a crazy making. But what I do offer now is I offer in person twice a month and on Zoom twice a month.
And
And I
how,
have a schedule for it. And now I have to think about it. Every second and fourth Wednesday of the month at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. We do it in Lethbridge in a small bookstore. And every first and every third Wednesday of the month at 6 p.m., we do it on Zoom. And then anybody can join from anywhere.
and what website can people go to find out more about that?
That would be on my website, worksofbeauty.ca. And there is a tab for write your heart out. And that's what I call it, because basically what you do is you write your heart out.
Aw.
I also have a group for it on Facebook, and I also have a page for it on Facebook. But there's quite a few pages with that same name, and I added my initials to it, and it's Write Your Heart Out TKP.
Ah, TKP. Got it. Write your heart out. Thank you. That's so lovely to hear. And one of my favorite moments that we shared this hour together was talking about, how much of a tomboy you were, so was I, playing outside and splashing in the rivers and dunking in the rivers, playing in the mud, and yet really where you find your joy outside of words, which you're clearly gifted in, but is still in the garden, in the mud, with your fingernails full of dirt, and that there's such a correlation between your happiness today outside in the dirt with the happiness that you found very similarly when you were a child. And I just love that part of our talking together today. So once again, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for hosting this.
Yeah.
It's been a
Well,
pleasure.
and we'll be back next week with more Lead with LeAnn. Have a beautiful day.
You too, LeAnn.